Hello, everybody. My name is Troublemaker,
And I'm Rangroot.
and this is the 3v3 tournament of Glorious Design.
Indeed it is, and today we are doing a 3v3 on Christiansund. On the Nato side, we have Bork, we have Yugoslavian, Randomletters and Inquis.
And for our Pact players, we have Nero, Salamander, and Matthes.
And it's Destruction, one of our first Destruction matches in this tournament.
Well, it's SKD, in case you're wondering. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, it's exciting that this is Destruction. The points values on the map reflect the actual values that they should have. The 6-pointer in the middle is a very, very Destruction-y type thing.
Yeah, very lucrative to have, because that will bring you in a lot of units, lots of moolah.
And one of the problems with Conquest that they're always trying to rebalance is that because all the high point bases are so close to you, and the ones that you fight over are usually 1 points, usually you see less pushes at the start into those 1 point bases and more trying to capture your own bases first. But Destruction, very different. You want to get that 6-point base neutralized in at least right away. So we'll probably see both sides put a pretty considerable effort into neutralizing.
Does seem like Randomletter's going to do a roosh. A roosh into Gothen Kilo.
I've heard of this. It's a Rochambeau.
A Rochambeau.
Yes, it's when you kick a guy in the nuts. And then if you stand, you can kick him in the nuts. Yes.
Oh, that's one of those games.
Pretty popular in the United States. Here.
So yeah, this is probably gonna be there's gonna be a lot of units on the field because it is Destruction. You get a lot more money per tick, in Conquest. So we're probably gonna see a lot of big pushes or a lot of big defenses, as it is all about keeping your units alive and killing enemy units in Destruction.
But on the other side, neither side is really seemingly getting a lot of commands on the map. And this is something very Destruction-esque. You don't get a lot of commands. So I mean, the first push will be massive. But then after that, I think it'll just kind of taper down and kind of go back to normal, if it ever goes into normal play, I should say. Because Destruction, in this one specifically, if you look at the southern flank, there's like Leopard 2s, Leopard C1s, MI, M11P Abrams, just Centurions, all sorts of crazy, gimmicky rush tanks.
Very powerful tanks as well. And most units are pretty much deployed. Hopefully we see a start-up soon.
Yeah, and I mean, we might see a MiG spam from SKD. They don't have a ton of units on the map. So they might go for MiG spam, might try to napalm one of the roads. But, you know, there's nothing really indicating that's part of their plan.
Yeah, Hugo is going to be napalming the bottom of the hotel, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know he's going to napalm right, guys. Right,
And I mean, the whole napalming thing, like that particular napalm location might not make sense because there's not a real reason to believe that the enemy is going to go into a hotel, which of course is closer to Bork than it is to them. Even pushing it a little further to where the crossroads is in Mike, the Y intersection, that would seem like a great location for napalm.
Try to stop him a little bit earlier on. So, any minute now.
Yeah, like with the ESL being the 2v2 tournament and being the money one, a lot of teams, they just spend time. One guy would do move fast, the other guy would just napalm. They try and figure out where the unit would be when the napalm hits, so they can get it on the napalm. And here comes out one Phantom.
Yep, one Phantom from Hugo. LSU-27 from SKD.
Oh dear God, that's a really expensive fighter jet. Going the wrong way, unfortunately.
And then SU-24M. I don't know where he got the SU-24M. He might be trying to just like blind luckily guess where the enemy tanks are.
Or maybe he'll hold it off until he gets spotting with that SE-275.
Napalm dropping exactly where Hugo said he would. Maybe blocking off that path.
That was amazing, actually. Helicopter flies right over, obviously.
Yep.
And a Yak-38 going to come in here and try and drop some 500 kilogram bomb on top of the road here. So,
yeah, I think that's that's an napalm run.
it looks like Yugoslavian's plan is basically backfired, and the enemy has got in faster. Their own roads are napalm. And
He's gonna be moving up in there with a few forces, but nothing too significant.
yeah, Matthes is actually just going to run straight through it, not even caring about the damage he's taking. So, I mean, it was a big investment, all for pretty much nothing. The command is actually going to move back now, realizing it's in trouble, and try and grab that Echo base, which is smart. It's safe.
Randomletters is doing his roost through Gulf into Kilo. He might catch Salamanders, TATU, and Neros with their pants down. That one TATU may not be enough to hold out this Leopard and Centurion attack, even though we all know how godly the TATU is and how feared everyone is of it.
But a close-range Centurion is also pretty damn intense, and it actually is pushing all the way in. TATU should not be able to hold all this. There are a decent number of bombers in reserve, but they have to resupply after having been used in the north. And this push could actually be insanely effective. It's already cleared out the first vanguard. It's moving into the Kilo base, and if they can get all the way to Lima, they can just win the whole game on this rush.
Yeah, this might be the roost of the century if this does work.
Yes. Yes, some more maybe roost jokes would be appropriate for the remainder of this program. Tying with a little bit of Russian jokes, and we're covered. Russian jokes.
Russian jokes. SU-24M dropping in some bombs on the tanks to do a little bit of damage, but not too much.
Just trying to slow it down. The command has been pulled here by a Salamander, and destruction is just so prone to these big rushes because it's all about points, and when you have a lot of high-quality units together, they can destroy a lot of low-quality units at a very high cost effectiveness.
Yeah. Also like to note how a lot of Randomletters and Yugoslavian tanks are very highly elated, so that are going to kick some serious arse, and that's why you are moving up quite hard.
Centurions have all been pretty well caught, except for one. These Mi-24s might go down to these anti-air units to see if he pulls back in time.
Yeah, one of them's ammo racks got hit, and the other one's pulling out because it doesn't have any more ATGMs.
And helicopters are an absolute great solution to these kind of tank pushes. And it kind of shows SKD were playing before Conquest, because this is just kind of a way that everyone sort of dealt with these tank pushes. The helicopter all in, which then became the helicopter all in, then people had to come up with a solution for the helicopter all in. And on it went.
We do have Bork doing some napalm and being very aggressive on the Gothan side. Knock out a few Tunguskas and units in there for Skyhawks. Oh damn, using Skyhawks, haven't seen these guys in a while.
Yeah, it's super cost-effective unit. Can kill things very quickly, cheap. Lots of them. I don't know. This is getting pretty bad for SKD. Bork is pushing in. They've grabbed location. Doesn't look like they're going to continue on for Lima, so they're not really pot dedicated for this all in. But they should be able to secure most of Gulf right now. Which
and even Kilo if they can. They could actually move up into Juliet. Because if you look at like India and Juliet, there's literally nothing there.
And what a lot of players do in Destruction is they'll hold position with the bulk of their forces, but then they'll move small clusters of forces as hit squads, because usually you don't defend your back flanks. There's usually not a big reason for that. You just have spotters and you use your airplanes to kind of intercept anything that comes in. But in this instance, he's so close to the front line that he could, pick off 2 or 3 commands here.
It does seem like SKD are going to have good control over the Hotel and Foxtrot Hills, allowing them to shut down those areas of attack quite easily.
And there's lots of tanks moving in here for Yugoslavia. We're going to try and reclaim this. There is a napalming unit here, dead right away. Unfortunately, there's no real spotter for them to see this push coming, and yeah, they did a decent amount of damage. Pulling back, might try and resupply and go again, which would be just a really smart way of doing this.
Yeah, C-72's doing a pretty good job shooting at the side of Randomletters and Yugoslavian's force. Okay, 50 coming out, K-50. Kula from Nero.
And this is the absolute high end of Pact helicopters. So I'm guessing Nero's using a high quality Pact deck, which is so counterintuitive to modern metagame for these guys.
Most people just like using the normal Mi-24s and even Mi-4s, Mi-4 cheap attack helicopters.
But they can defend themselves against other air units, which makes them your helicopter hunter.
Yep, those 4 igloos being very powerful. Also has those 2 plain ATGMs underneath its rings, which are really bloody massive and will do an awful lot of damage against any tank.
And the middle now being taken by Bork, which is a pretty big deal. It's 6 points every 3 seconds, split between 3 players, and they'll have a pretty significant income advantage now. But there are some vehicles moving in from the north to try and swap this, and there's not a ton protecting that flank. So this could be bad.
It does seem like Hotel's going to be completely overrun by those Leopard C runs. As always, left inside is Book out of ammo and 7 VDVs. There will soon to be no VDVs of the F-16 does go
Command's
in.
going down the middle. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It got sniped. That is huge. Every single little thing that SKD comes back is what they need. They're still 140 points behind, but they can make that up if they keep doing great plays like that, trading vehicles for commands.
BTR, the little BTR 6CP that could. Good god, that was a really effective BTR.
Now, of course, in Conquest, one of the kind of behaviors that we've gotten used to is that you can just throw away a plane or two in order to destroy a command or
an expensive tank, like a Leopard.
But in this game mode, keeping your units alive is a lot more valuable than that.
So it's literally all about the KD ratio and destruction.
Yes, it's kind of the Call of Duty of
game modes.
Yes.
Got to keep it above run.
Yeah, the Akula. This is why a lot of people choose to use inexpensive units in this game mode, because it's so risky. The Akula has, been moving around. It almost got taken out there. It got stunned for a second. There was an opportunity to move up some of these long-range missile-based AA and take it out. But luckily for Nero, that opportunity was lost.
And he's going to format Akula to rearm and repair it for another day. And it does seem like Salamander's going to bring a CV into Kilo to try and secure it for the good old Mullahs.
Yeah, and that will be a reserve one that's been sitting there for a while, that he pulled from there, actually. Now that it's all secured and good, he's going to retake it. And Bork still, they've accumulated a 300-point lead, so still not out of it is SKD.
Yep.
In fact, that their losses might be just from their airplay. And like I said, we're so used to in Conquest it being acceptable to throw away some air units, but in this mode, it's just
every little helps.
Yeah, losing anything hurts.
And both sides are camping out a little bit. Oh, Flak Panzer getting sniped by the Akula instantly. Akula getting some street revenge. And yeah, the Akula's really good at sniping air units. It does have a slight meter range against most of NATO's AA units, meaning that it can kill them before the NATO AA can shoot back, making it sort of the seed helicopter of Pact.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to deal with because of that range. And I mean, the weird thing is that it's one of these units that it's worth throwing away a Tomcat to kill, because it's just so hard to deal with, and it's about an even trade.
Yeah, you have to be very micro-intensive with Akula, because you constantly have to rearm it, you have to babysit it constantly if you want to keep it up and alive and doing good. So it's sort of a downside to it, where the Hind you can just set in an area and it will do its job just fine, because it's a goddamn Hind. It really doesn't care what you send it.
This is true, and I mean, these higher veteran units, you invest in them early on, you keep them alive the entire game, and their payout ends up being huge. And both sides have kind of something like this. I mean, The unfortunate side is the investment side for Bork was a little bit lower. They only kept alive one of their Leopard 2A4s from their original push.
Yeah, not only. Where's the Leopard? Yeah, it is.
So they, in that regard, they have some catch up. A huge push in the south right now. T-72s being pushed to the front. Leopard C1 is our only defender.
Mm-hmm. And most likely going to get killed quite easily. Low in HP. Yep, array it goes. Those VDVs going to move up.
Skyhawks, oh my god.
Oh!
Here comes the fleet.
Oh, wow. Misused Skyhawks.
They were in the fire position command, so they only got rid of one of the T-72s.
No, he got a Tunguska, I believe.
Oh, which
that was a
is
Tunguska.
much better because you can use your Skyhawks in 15 seconds after. And here comes the Nighthawk.
Yeah, here comes the Night. What? Oh, right. What's he doing? Oh, he what is he? Is he friendly? What was that all about?
I am more confused than ever.
I'm pretty confused as well now, but might just been a misclick. I'm not going to go into it. But
yeah,
anyway,
lots of units coming out here. This push with the tanks has actually put SKD back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And despite having lost some units, they're not that far behind anymore. They just killed so many freaking units.
Yeah, it's so far ahead at the moment by 200 points SKD. I mean, yeah, no, Bork. Bork's in the lead.
Yeah, as I said, that they just immediately got 200 points. They're even going to kill off their Spetsnaz spotter, looks like, and the final T-72. So
does go down. Skyhawks, man.
That's good.
Just a ruler of the skies. If you do notice back at Salamander, getting a lot of Euros to cover his spawn in Lima. You can never be too safe, so can't really doubt him for that.
Yeah, well, and the downside for me is that they're not so far ahead that they have to worry about cheesy play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they really need a lot more units at the front. They need to... honestly, if they just kill airplanes, they focus on killing the air units, they could win this.
Yeah.
Just spam a lot of AA, force them to
come out.
Yeah, push or something. Because they only have to kill, like, 2 airplanes, and they're back in this.
Mm-hmm. More Skyhawks coming out from random letters. Probably going to be going through those Concours that Salamander has in that building.
Yes, and of course, not going to be able to get the greatest targeting on them because they're technically invisible right now, but...
Oh, the Concours moving out just in time. Surviving that little Skyhawk attack. Oh, SU-25T from Nero. Moving up. Oh, he's going for the Raven! But the F-15...
They get picked up by the Eagle!
Oh, Eagle! Oh!
Missile!
Oh! Damn.
And so that was a huge blow. Why all these high expensive units?
Yeah, Nero really liking his expensive units. Really his place zone. Very different from, as you said before, the Pact, cheap, spammy stuff.
Unfortunately, that's going to put them back pretty far. Because every time Nero loses one unit, it's literally like 6 or 7 units they'll have to kill from the enemy.
Yeah. Oh, Nighthawk coming out, going to be dropping a bomb on one of those Concours. Used to be, but there's nothing in there, so it's not really going to do anything.
Yeah, just moderate amounts. They're completely pulling back from that position. Gulf is basically now secured for Bork, and they're going to move a command in there, and they'll get ahead again.
Yep.
And yeah, Bork, I honestly didn't think they'd do this well, but they're absolutely savages in destruction mode.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job just keeping up the offense, killing all the expensive units like those T-72s earlier. Just giving them the lead.
Oh, and just every air unit they wipe out is a huge win. Every single... that tank push at the beginning was just so good. And now they're, they know they're winning, so they're just solidifying their positions. They're not doing any more crazy pushes.
Just holding on to what they have.
And the onus is going to be on SKD. They really have to make something happen. Luckily, they seem to be going with the tactic that I had in mind. They're massing out a lot of AA, and I kind of hope they're going to pull out some cheap planes instead of these expensive ones, and just kind of lure in those eagles and the.
Oh, those MiG-27s coming out. There's a lot of AA from Bork. And one MiG goes down. The other one getting out of there scot-free. But it's going to be very risky to try and use that MiG again over that area because there's a lot of AA in the middle.
Yeah, they just don't have any vision of anything but the Avenger, which of course is infrared, which means that you can't hit with anti-radar weaponry. And the ones that he does want to kill are all very, very much concealed.
Yeah. A little bit of a good bait, yeah. It's kind of, I think, not probably intentional, but it's a pretty good bait you have, that little Avenger.
Or maybe it is. I mean, even the location that he has in kind of feels very baitish because that's complete open vision from the other side where the enemy is. Yeah,
it was a dev couldn't spot them, I believe.
And they're just masking it more AA. They have more Rolands, more pivots, or helicopter hunting anti-air units.
Bombing, attack. Yep, F-16 block going to be bombing that area. There's Mutt directly moving up. Oh, carpet bombing here. And a Nighthawk as well, doing his bombing run as well. Skyhawk's coming in to finish.
And these MiG-27s pick off one of them. Just one of them would help a ton.
Oh.
Or will they get picked off themselves?
Oh, MiG-29 coming in, knocking out one Skyhawk. MiG-27 gonna go down. Will the MiG-29 go down as well? Oh, F-50. Oh, that is a big loss, yeah.
Yeah, that's not going too hot. And I don't even understand why they're trying to focus on this middle. Clearly, the middle has way too many air units. Clearly. The southern flank is still untested in that regard, and in actuality, there's no anti-air units here at all.
Just like Bork now in the lead by 1,000 points. All they need is another 1,000 points to win them the match, and every time SKD loses an Su-25 or a MiG-27, that's 100 to 150 points they just give to the enemy, which is just so costly.
There's not many planes left for the Pact anymore to actually throw away, so I mean this could slow down pretty fast because of that.
I do like how Yugoslavians using these prowlers on the southern flank and try and snipe these Books, which will get them in the lead quite a lot. There goes one Book, Raven coming in, but the other Book shutting down its weaponry.
Yeah, it's never going to be a cost-effective trade when you're trading planes for anti-air, and that's kind of what happened there. The Prowler has no vision of these radar-based weapons and these.
If the radar-based weapons turn off their weapons, you can't actually lock onto them. And then when you just turn around to evac, they can shoot you in the arse as you try to get away.
It is very scary.
Very, very scary.
Because it's something that people can kind of taught to do, and they'll fly their radar weaponry over top of where you think they are, because they'll just instantly kill the radar unit.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you have it turned off, then it's like not gonna work.
Not gonna work indeed. Some artillery from SKD. Gonna be trying to bomb the Gulf side. Might try and snipe the CV, which is pretty low on HP.
Oh, there's also lots of vehicles there, lots of AT, lots of anti-air units, tons of stuff they can pick off that artillery. So overall, like, great choice for what they have.
They got 3 Malkas. Those are pretty good artillery to have. They both shoot. They shoot 203mm rockets at a time, which artillery cells at a time, which do a crap ton of damage if they get a direct hit on an unarmored mortar, Roland, or anything that's lightly armored.
I believe they call them light armored.
Armored.
Lightly armored.
Lightly armored.
Maybe there's an adverb in there.
Non-armored. Non-armored. Raven coming in once again, and Mike not going to really get any lock on now. Yeah, Book doing a very good job. I do like how Matthes is turning off his Books and then turns him on when he does see the seed. Evac and Ray. Hawk inbound, what does that mean? Oh, Skyhawk. Is that Skyhawk inbound? Nope, never mind. I thought Mark was saying Skyhawk inbound.
It's a Prowler. They're trying to confuse us.
Yeah. God damn it.
Trolls! But, yeah, like, there isn't too much hope right now for SKD. Their big play right now is to try and use these Malkas to wipe out vehicles and commands, and that could work for them. It's very unlikely, considering it's getting resupplied.
Yeah, they have like 20 minutes to try and gain back the lead. And those Malkas might do it. Yeah, I kind of doubt it. And if you look just south of the Malkas, Randomletters got some Jaegers flanking units to try and make a proper. Can he spot the Malkas? No, he can see the FOB, but he doesn't. Oh, he does see one of the Malkas already. He could actually snipe him with the Carl Gustav, and that would bring him in a really good amount of points. Because those Malkas are what, like 90 points each?
Quite expensive. I mean, there is already some paladins on the NATO side, pouring down artillery on top of the artillery. But luckily, they have their artillery spread out pretty well, so it's not actually all that effective.
Paladins are going to be battling up. They do fire in artillery. Paladin been a really good artillery choice now for the United States, as you do get 2 of them in one card, and it's 85 points. Very pretty cheap, like heavy artillery, and you can get the Jaegers moving on the southern flank. They're gonna snipe one Malka. Oh, there goes one. He can just knock them down.
Oh yeah, you can get all of them actually, and he might even capture the FOB, which mostly empty.
Can he get the third one?
We'll resupply his Carl Gustav.
You know, you can just hide in that town and get a few snipey shots and anything that does spawn.
I do like what they're doing with their spec ops. This is something you would not suspect. He has 2 of them. One's going around the back, so as he's moving all his forces forward to try and deal with this one group of Jaegers, he should be able to do something with this other one.
Well, Jaegers, I think a Jaeger might just snipe the Malka. Yeah. Oh, 3 down, he captures the FOB. He's going to be able to resupply his Jaeger if he just stops him. Can he get the shot on the T-72? I don't think so.
It's rather unfortunate that he didn't just keep in the woods, because he would have placed himself in a good ambush position. He was trying to get a little bit greedy, trying to go for a town and hold the FOB.
Oh, Yak 38. Oh, no, he effected him just in time. Yo, Randomletters has his second Jaegers right by the spawn point. He can get a few spawn kills here. But Salamander does have Mott's directly pretty close by.
He might be trying to loop around to try and get the command. He, of course, doesn't know where it is, but...
Yeah, if he can get command, it's basically a good game.
Yeah, I mean, there's only basically 2 places in Lima that you place a command. You either place it on that southern area, or you place it in the cutoff one. The cutoff one's obviously better, because the southern one is vulnerable to a Jaeger coming in, which has now been caught.
Oh, that Jaeger's going up against an Mi-24K recon helicopter. Yeah, Mi-24K is pretty well armoured and does have very good armament. But they are going to get an Mi-2 recon, pretty easily. Yep, that's another 40 points down.
So they only need 300 more to go. If they can get that command, that's 100. Then they just have to make up the 2 pennies on an attack.
Yo, Jaeger's going to be falling back now, running away from his hind. Rich is chasing it down. Yeah. Oh, he's going to stop him. He's in a pretty good ambush position to shoot the hind as it does fly over. Oh, no, yeah. Can he do it? Oh, no, we have 2 more hinds coming out, I think. Oh, he shoots down the hind!
And he's moved up better. See, more helicopters coming out. This is just not going well.
Damn, it was Jaegers. They're bloody special forces. I'm sorry about that little screen there, but yeah, that was... I think he got an ammo rack kill, because I saw a little ammo rack thing pop up, and then it just blew up. But that hind cost like 110 points. Really expensive, that recon hind. Just great play of the Jaegers. Oh, damn.
So, yeah, like right now, all Bork has to do is just get a bunch of chieftains, get some leopards, and just go.
Yeah, just... All they need is 200 kills. They can move up really everything they have and kill like 1 T-80U or 2 T-72Bs, and they got it in the bag.
They can just bomb like a bunch of areas. Like there's a Buratino that's been spotted. That's 140 points.
Nighthawk coming in for the Buratino. So they get, that's 150. Oh, the Buratino does live, yo. The Nighthawk wasn't completely accurate.
Yeah, 50% health though, so not too much longer left on this empty Buratino.
Yeah, it's going to fall back and try rearm repair. And literally SKD can't move up run unit or it's pretty much good game. So they're going to have to be very, very defensive now. I'm still getting over the whole Jaeger piss.
I mean, their only hope, and it's not much, is that the enemy moves up and kills absolutely nothing. They move up with all their guns off.
Yeah.
But I just don't see why they do that.
I know, right? I don't really see it happening in the near future. You know, the ATGM and 2 squads are getting a few snipes on the tanks down here.
Mostly misses, though, and there's just so many tanks able to actually deal with it.
Crowder's coming in. Gonna get Ron shot off. Raven coming in as well. He does get run AA unit. I think he got a boot. Yeah, he got a boot cam.
About 115 points to go. They're not scared or anything. They've been rallying in a lot of artillery units. They have some more mortars added into the pack. Just wanting to, do any kind of damage at all right now.
Matthes doing a final person to go for his very expensive tanks. If just even one of these goes down, it's good game. And as I said, good game.
Two of them down simultaneously.
Damn, that was very good job. That Roosh really helped out early on.
Yes, the Roosh. The Roosh.
Roosh. The Roosh.
What game was it? Chrono Trigger, where they go whoosh, whoosh. That's why. So yeah, Earth Destruction. What do you think about it?
A little bit slow. It's not my favourite game mode, but that one was quite enjoyable. It's all about the Jaegers. And I guess that's all we have time for. I'm Rangru.
I'm Troublemaker.
Take it easy.